Hey everybody, it's Mandy. I'm here in studio and we wanted to give you some yoga practice that you could do from the comfort of your own home since in studio stuff is kind of on pause for the next 2 weeks. So if you'd like to join me, let's grab your mat, find a place that is quiet, and if you want to add some music in, please pick your favorite playlist. Otherwise, you can follow me at Mandy Cummins on Spotify. I have a ton of yoga playlists, but just pick whatever you like, and let's get started. So we'll start in child's pose. So we'll come onto your knees, bring your knees out as wide as is comfortable, your big toes to touch, then you can press your hips towards your heels. You can walk your forehead all the way, or your forearms all the way down, and then lower your forehead towards the ground. Now it is totally okay if your hips don't want to go back. You can hang out up here. Or if your forehead doesn't touch the ground, that's okay too. You can always bring your fists underneath your forehead. Or you can put a pillow or a block, something to rest your forehead down. If your knees aren't comfortable with this, let's roll your mat underneath so that they feel a little bit more padded. If anything, including this pose, hurts or feels uncomfortable, give yourself full permission to take any modification that you'd like to. This is your practice. I'm just here to give you some guidance, but make it work for your body. Now, we'll be here for a couple of breaths, so I invite you to close your eyes. You can relax your belly. Just take some full breaths in through your nose and out your nose or out your mouth. On your next breath out, let's engage your core. So imagine that you can draw your belly up and in. And press up to tabletop pose. Bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. You can create space between your fingers. If your wrists don't like this, just come to your fists. Or you can always come down to your forearms. From tabletop pose, we'll add a little cow pose. So drop your belly, lift your tailbone, and give your hips a little wiggle. If you have a dog, it's that thing they do in the morning or when you have breakfast ready, or at least that's what mine does. If you don't have a dog, it's cool. Just wiggle your hips left and right. You can lift your chin and look up. Now, I like to bend my elbows to make my pecs work a little bit harder, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Let's press down equally through your left hand, your right hand, your left knee, your right knee. Take a big breath in. And exhale for cat. Round your back, straighten your arms. Let's tuck your chin towards your chest and look in towards your belly button or your chest, whatever is visible. You, again, can kind of lean left and lean right, and this helps to bring a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a warm-up to the muscles in your lower back and the connective tissue there. And let's do a little baby flow. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chin, lift your chest. And exhale for cat, round your back. And again, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Let's continue at your own pace, whatever rate of breath feels the most natural to you, slower or faster. Take 2 more sets. Then find a flat back again. For thread the needle, let's warm up those rotators in your back. Keep your left hand down on the ground. Reach your right arm up overhead towards the ceiling. Then rotate your wrist out. Rotate your entire shoulder out. You can take a few circles in each direction. Then the next time you reach your arm up, take a breath in. And exhale, thread the needle. Drop your right arm all the way down that space between your left hand and your left knee. You might feel a stretch on the back of your arm here, and you might not. If this makes you feel dizzy or nauseous, or if anything with your head below your heart makes you feel dizzy or nauseous, just come up. Find a spot that doesn't make that happen, and you can hang out there. If you want more of a twist, you can bring your left hand in front of your face, press down into the ground, and rotate your left shoulder on top of your right. Let's take 3 big breaths. Then press up. Give yourself a little movement. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So this time keep your right hand on the ground, or again, always an option to come to your fist or your forearm. Then reach your left arm up. Let's roll your wrist in both directions. And reach your entire arm. Take big circles in both directions. This is warming up all the muscles around your shoulder blades, your rotator cuff muscles, your deltoids. But most of all, those muscles that help you twist, you can turn all the way around. Let's take 1 big breath in. Then exhale for thread the needle. Drop your left arm down just like we did on the right side. Relax your head. Now, you can hang out here for a few breaths. Again, option to bring your right hand in front of your face and kind of rotate your right shoulder up. Otherwise, just hang out here and close your eyes. And take a big breath. And let that breath go. And slowly press yourself back up to tabletop pose. Let's tuck your toes, draw your belly in, take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. And bring some movement into your downward facing dog. Now, if this doesn't feel right, you can always stay down in tabletop pose or come to your fists. Let's look back towards your knees. Play with lifting up onto your tippy toes and pressing your heels back and down. You can bend your knees as much as you want to. We're still warming up your lower back. Now let's roll your shoulders back and down. Reach your belly and your thighs together. Let's take a full breath in. And open mouth, exhale. That one more time, big breath in. Big breath out. Then look to your feet. You can walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Ragdoll pose. Separate your feet out as wide as your hips. Bend your knees so your belly and your thighs connect. Then hold on to opposite elbows. You can relax your head. An option, if you don't have any sciatic nerve pain, to sway left and sway right. Some people really like to straighten their legs to feel that hamstring stretch. You're welcome to do that. Some people like to interlace their fingers at the base of their head to let the weight of your head and your arms slowly decompress your neck. As long as you're not yanking on your neck, go ahead. Take one more breath. Then drop your hands towards the ground. Let's heel toe your feet together. So toes touch, heels a sliver apart. Bend your knees. And rise up, either round your back, or if you have any back sensitivities like disc degeneration of your spine or anything uncomfortable, you can always just flat back, rise up to a stand. Once we get to the top, I turn sideways so I can see you, but you can turn whatever direction you want to. Let's bring your toes up off your mat, and then kind of fan them down on the mat. Press your feet down and out. Let's engage your legs. Draw your tailbone down your back. Pull your belly up and in. I know I keep saying that, but we're holding everything in to help stabilize your back since we're still warming up your back. Let's drop your hands down to your sides. Reach up through the top of your head. Press down through your feet. Let's take a full breath in. Get tall. The full breath out, press down and out. Take one more breath. And sigh it out. Then inhale your arms up overhead. Find steeple grip. So interlace all of your fingers, release your pointer fingers. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always go palms together and cross your thumbs. We call that prayer grip or anjali. Both grips are great, but actively squeeze your arms together. If this doesn't feel right on your shoulders, reach your arms in front of your hands at heart center. Shift your weight back towards your heels. Draw your tailbone way down. Take a breath in and stretch up. And exhale, side bend to your right. So I'm going to go with you. Reach up and over towards your right. Squeeze your legs together the whole time. Okay, inhale back to center. Just warm it up. Exhale, side bend to your left. This half moon or Ardha Chandrasana. Warming up the sides of your body. Inhale, rise back up. Keep your belly in. And exhale again, lean over the other direction. Get a little bit deeper as we go. Inhale, rise up, get tall. And exhale to the other side. The next time we'll hold. So inhale, come up. And exhale, side bend all the way over to your right. Option to press your hips to your left. Now, I'm at the wall. If you have a wall, it's a really nice thing to press your hips back, to press your shoulders back. Squeeze your arms together. It's a really nice way to check your alignment. Wherever you're at, press your hips to your left. Lean to your right. Roll your shoulder, your top shoulder up, and option to look up. Notice what you feel stretch, what you feel strengthening, and hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. Stretch a little bit more. And 1, inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your hands. Let's shake it out a little bit. Look left and right. Maybe roll your wrists out, shake your shoulders out. Let's take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Then we'll set up the other side. So inhale your arms up, find that steeple grip again. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer fingers, lean back. Inhale, stretch up, tailbone down. Now exhale, half moon to your left or whatever side you're on. Press your hips to your right. Let's lift your chin. If you're at the wall, roll your shoulders back so your shoulders touch the wall, your hips touch the wall. Let's shift more weight into your outer foot, or the foot that you're reaching away from with your hands. Let's hold it here, option to look up. See if you can take a big breath and feel your lungs really expand. Let's hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. A little bit deeper of a stretch. And 1. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your hands. Shake it out. And shake out your feet as well. Submit your hands to your lower back for a supported back bend. So squeeze your elbows together behind you. Let's gently draw your tailbone down. Press your hips forward. Lift your chest up. You can stay here. Look up to where your ribs point. Or if you feel like you want to, option to look up and back. Now, not everybody's neck is into that. If you feel dizzy or nauseous, come out of it. Otherwise, let's focus on lifting up through your rib cage, as opposed to just leaning farther back. So press up through your heart, up through your chest. And if this hurts or anything else hurts, remember, do your own thing. I'm just a little bird suggesting things. Let's take one big breath. Then rise on up. Reach your arms up overhead, palms together. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge forward at your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to touch the ground. Let's take some squats. So just bend your knees. Come down as low, as your feet and your knees allow. So we'll all be a little bit different. You can bend and straighten your knees a lot or a little. Then reach your hands around you. Hold onto your calves or your ankles. So a modified version of hands to feet pose or Pada Hastasana. Just look down at your big toes. Take a breath in, little bend through your knees. Then exhale, lean forward, work to straighten your legs. Lower your top of your head down towards your toes. And let's do that again. So inhale, bend your knees. And exhale, straighten your legs. Lower your head down. Take 2 more at your own pace. Then release. You can bend your knees, rise up to a stand. Remember, rise up however your body wants you to. When you get to the top, inhale your arms up overhead, palms together. Flip your palms and exhale, lower your hands down to your sides. Good job. So reach your right arm up overhead, bend your right elbow. Cow face arms are a variation of it. Bring your left hand to your right elbow. So first, lift up your toes. Lean back towards your heels. Inhale, press your elbow up into your hand. And exhale, little teeny tiny side bend. So like half moon is a full spine side bend, but this, we're just focusing up on your upper back, thoracic spine, cervical spine. Just press up. We're stretching out your lats, your latissimus dorsi, big muscle on your side. The muscles around your rib cage. See what else you feel stretching. We'll all feel it different. Wherever you stretch is perfect. Let's take one more breath. And rise on up, release it down, and let's switch. Reach your other arm up overhead, bend your elbow. You can hold on to your hand with your elbow, then press up into that hand. So a version of cow face. Just take a little bend. And take 2 breaths. Come on back. Release your hands down to your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Go mountain arms, palms about shoulder distance apart. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back and down, chair pose or Utkatasana. If you love awkward, you're welcome to take that instead. That's where you reach your arms forward. Otherwise, work towards bringing your thighs parallel to the ground. But wherever you're at, let's be grateful for your health, for your strength as it is now. Not how it was yesterday when you were younger, not how you want your health and your strength to be in the future, but where you are now. Let's take a moment to be grateful for that. Press down through your feet. Feel how strong your legs are. This is a Hatha Yoga. It's yoga of the body. It's meant to give you a nice strong body, a nice flexible body so that you can live as long as you need to meditate, to achieve whatever it is that you want to live a more peaceful life. But we do it, we have to do it and live a long life in order to get there. I'm talking a lot right now because I know we're in this pose for a really long time, but you can do it. Let's sit down lower, take one more breath. Good, inhale, rise up, palms together. Exhale, forward fold. You can go hands down through heart center or swan dive your hands. You pick. Let's take a breath in. Big breath out. Lower your hands down, lower your head down. Let's shake out your hair. Then bend your knees, rise up to a stand. Inhale, circle your arms up overhead, bring your palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center, bend your knees, sit back and down, little chair pose. Explore figure 4. Shift your weight to your left foot, let's pick up your right knee. Establish your balance. Now, if you'd rather take this to the wall, you can do a wall sit. Cross your ankle over your knee. Or, wherever you're at, once you found your balance, cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can flex your toes towards your shin, work to lower your knee down. If you're working on alignment, let's lift up your right hips. Your hips are parallel to the ground. Now you can stay upright. You could hinge forward. It's okay if you fall, you just come right back into it if you do. Or you can lower your hands all the way down and see how that feels. If flying half pigeon is in your practice, or Akapada Galavasana, you're welcome to play with that as well. And flying half pigeon is an arm balance where you use your elbows as a little shelf for your shin. So you lower your hands down, bring your bent elbows, or bring your shin to your bent elbows, and then you lean forward and play with lifting. And if you fall, that's okay. Wherever you are. Let's take 3 breaths. Notice what you feel. If you're down, let's rise up with as much grace as you can muster. Come on up. Release your right foot down. Shake it out. Let's take a breath in. And full breath out. Good. Let's drop your hands down. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, swoop your arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, bend your knees, sit back and down. This time, shift your weight to your right foot, pick up your left ankle. Once you've established that balance, cross your left ankle over your right knee. So same thing on this side. You can stay up, you can hinge forward, you can come all the way down, play with that flying half pigeon. If that pose is a little bit tricky, you really gotta flex your toes towards your shin to hook around your bicep. Sometimes bruising will occur. Just draw your belly in and imagine that your core is helping to lift the weight of your shin off of your arm. It's a lot of hip flexor strength. Wherever you're at, let's be grateful for what's accessible to you today, as always. Let's take 4 breaths. Take your time to rise up, release your left foot down, shake it out. Let's take one more pose, and then we'll have a water break. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms together, eagle pose. Exhale, circle your right elbow on top, underneath your left, so your left elbow is on top. And capture opposite shoulders. Backs of your arms can be together with your thumbs towards your face, or your palms together with your thumbs towards your face. Our goal here is to compress the lymph nodes that live in your armpit. So whatever you do with your hands, whatever elbow's on top, is just secondary. Focus on squeezing everything in. Why is that so helpful? Especially right now, we want to keep our immune systems functioning as best as they can. So let's take a breath in. A big breath out, squeeze your elbows down and in. Let's bend your knees, sit back and down. Go shift your weight to your left foot. Pick up your right knee, cross your right knee over your left. Adjust whatever you need to so you can really squeeze your inner thighs together. And this is also for compression of those lymph nodes. Your toes can touch the ground, hover or wrap. And again, you can take this as a wall sit, especially if your knees aren't into this, or just have a seat in a chair and take it. But squeeze your knees together, squeeze your elbows together, and sit down low. Take full breath in. And a full breath out. Stay focused on your breath. There's a lot going on, but just focus on 3 breaths. And release. Inhale, reach your arms up, lower your foot down. And exhale, release your hands down to your sides. Take the other side. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, circle your right elbow on top of your left this time, or just whatever opposite you did. Again, hold on to your shoulders, backs of your arms with your thumbs towards your face, or palms together with your thumbs towards your face. Be mindful that sometimes we want to do that. But let's keep your wrists and your hands nice and long. And that just creates space for your carpal tunnel. And you may not have to ever worry about that, but just on the off chance that you do, it's a good idea to keep your hands nice and long and straight. So squeeze your elbows down and into your chest. Bend your knees, sit down low. Oops, hit the wall. Shift your weight into your other foot, right foot. Extend your left leg out. Wrap your left knee on top of your right so your toes can touch the ground. Hover or wrap around your ankle. If you're working on alignment, work to bring your hips parallel to the ground, your shoulders parallel to the ground, your knees stacked right over your ankles. But again, let's focus on that lymphatic compression. So squeeze your elbows down, squeeze your thighs in, and sit down really low. Then stay with your breath. One more breath. And release. Inhale, reach everything up except for your feet. And exhale, lower your hands down. And let's have some water. You don't have to, but if you want to have some, I'm going to get some. When you're ready, let's come back up on your mat. You can have your water close to you. Drink it whenever you want to. Okay. So reach your arms up overhead, bring your palms together, and take a breath in. Exhale, lower your hands down through heart center. Let's look down at your hands. Imagine that you can press equally with your left hand and your right hand. Lower both shoulders down. Let's take a peek at your feet. Imagine you can press equally with your left foot and your right foot down into the ground. Then maybe relax your head and close your eyes. Feel your weight if you're over in your right foot or your left foot. And see how far in the middle your weight can become. Can it be balanced? And it's okay if the answer is no. Let's just remember that balance is different every day and greatly affected by the things that go on around us sometimes. Let's take a full breath in, a big breath out. Okay. You can open your eyes if your eyes are closed. Let's lower your hands all the way down, interlace your fingers behind you. And if they don't interlace, that's okay. Reach your arms behind you. You'll still get the full benefit. If you're at the front of your mat, take a little step back. We'll play with toppling tree, which is really good for all of us that have forward jumps. Ooh, little tag situation. Let's interlace your fingers if they're there, or don't if they're not. Reach your knuckles back away from your chest. Step forward with one leg, doesn't matter which. Let's shift your weight into that leg. If you'd rather take balancing stick, you can. Take a breath in, puff up that chest. Then exhale, lean forward. You can keep your foot on the ground or bring your leg parallel to the ground. Now, for those of us that are working on alignment, you'll lower that lifted hip or fall all over the place. Lower your lifted hip so that your big toe points down to the ground. There we go. And shift your weight forward towards your leg. And reach your knuckles towards the ceiling. Let's press back through your lifted heel. Imagine that you're walking on the wall behind you. Take 4 full breaths. Keep your belly engaged. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Squeeze your palms together if you want more of a chest expansion. Take 1 more breath. Then rise back up. Release, shake it out. Give yourself a forward fold if that feels good for your back. And let's switch sides. So step forward with your other foot. There we go. Toppling tree or balancing stick. So balancing stick is the same thing except for instead of your arms back, you're in steeple grip, up overhead. Otherwise all the cues are the same. So take that one if you want to. Otherwise, interlace your fingers behind you or reach your hands back. Call that airplane arms. Shift your weight into your front foot. Take a breath in. Next, lean forward. Work to either keep your foot down or bring that leg, that lifted leg, towards parallel to the ground. You can flex your toes down towards the ground. Lower your lifted hip so your hips point down. Reach forward, all the weight forward into the ball of your foot. Reach your crown of your head forward. Press back through your lifted heel. It's always okay to take a break. But find a spot that challenges your balance, challenges your effort. Trust that every second here, you're building muscle. You're making your muscles more efficient, I should say. 2 more breaths. Last one, lean forward. Then step your feet together. Release everything down, let it go. Let's roll your shoulders forward and up. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll them back and down. Let's take 1 more. Inhale, forward and up. And exhale, back and down. Let's shift your weight over to your left foot. Let's bend your right knee and reach it back behind you. If it's within range of motion to grab it, hold on to it. First from the outside. Option to squeeze your heel really close to your hip. Old school quad stretch. Then keep your leg where it's at. Let's bring your right hand to your side, palm face up. Without turning your wrist, standing bow pulling pose. Reach back, capture your foot from the inside. Squeeze your knees together. Let's draw your belly in. Reach your left arm up or to the wall. Take your inhale, get tall. Exhale, kick into your hand and pull on your foot. So you're creating this sense of tension. Lean forward, look forward. You roll your right shoulder back, left shoulder forward, but actively roll your right hip down. Stretch forward, kick back. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. And 1, inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Shake it down. Do the same thing on the other side. First, just kick your left leg behind you. Let's just make sure your hamstrings and your glutes are warm. You can hold onto your foot from the outside. Old school PE quad stretch. Then, bring your left hand down to your side, palm face up. Reach back, hold onto your foot from the inside. Squeeze your knees together. Engage your belly. Find something to look at that's not moving, such your drishti, your external point of focus. Take a breath and stretch out. And exhale, kick into your hand. Then lean forward. You roll your left shoulder back, your right shoulder forward. And again, when you fall, just laugh it out. Come right back into it. It's okay. Roll your left hip down. You can pull on your foot and kick into your hand. So lean forward for 3. Hold it for 2. And 1. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge forward at your hips, bend your knees as much as you need to touch the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands, walk your hands forward, about shoulder width distance apart. Walk your feet back, about hip width distance apart. Let's take a breath in. Exhale to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. You can shake your hair if you want. Take a breath in. Open mouth, breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg high for 3-leg downward facing dog. Let's pause here. Roll your right hip up. Bend your right knee and look underneath your left armpit. Give yourself a little wave. Roll your ankle around. Then straighten your right leg out towards the ceiling. Lift it way up. Then point and flex and point and flex. And this is really good for your circulation, including none of your lymphatic system, so still good for your immune function. Option to shake it out. Then look forward, take a breath in. The exhale, lunge, step your right foot up between your hands. Roll your left heel down, warrior 2. Rise up. Bring your arms out parallel to the ground. Start your tailbone down your back. Work to bring your right thigh parallel to the ground. You can bring your arms parallel to the ground too. Just take a peek. If you don't have a mirror, that's totally fine. Just trust that you're in a good spot. Let's look towards your right middle finger. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle. Lower your right elbow to your right thigh. Reach your left arm up and look up. You can stay here or straighten your right arm. For any of us with back sensitivities, bending your elbow and bringing it to your thigh is a really nice option, but take whatever you like. If you'd rather straighten your right leg, you're most definitely welcome to. Let's look up. Trust your balance. Take one more breath. Then rise up to warrior 2 once more. Good. Inhale, star pose, toes out, heels in, arms up wide. Exhale, hands to heart center, horse pose, bend your knees, sit back and down. Let's shift your weight over to your right and to your left. Just see how it feels. We're going to add a twist. So bring your hands to your thighs. Lean forward, take a breath in. Exhale, drop one shoulder, roll the other shoulder back and look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Just roll your shoulders back. Focus on twisting your spine. Look up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist again. And inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Straighten your legs. Bring your arms parallel to the ground. Exhale, feet parallel to each other. Standing separate leg stretching. That's that fun Dandaya Manavibhakta Pada Paschimottanasana. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest. Next, lean forward. Reach around, cup your heels from the outside, or just hold onto your calves or your ankles. If you'd rather bring your hands down to the ground in front of you, you can. We call that prasarita. But the intention of the Dandayamana Vibhaktipada Paschimottanasana. Dandayamana just means standing. Vibhak means, well, Vibhaktipada means separate feet or separate legs. And Paschimottanasana is the key. It means using your arms to stretch your back intensely. So lower your head down. Lean forward. If you want to make it a little easier, bend your knees. If you want to make it a little harder, lean forward, engage your quads, the front of your thighs. Each breath in, you can back off a little. Each breath out, come down a little bit more intensely. Work to stretch your head down towards the ground. Lift your tailbone up. Take one more breath. Then bring your hands to your hips. Rise up with a flat back. Keep your legs engaged the whole time. They'll protect your knees. Then take warrior two to the right again. Oop, I moved on my mat a little. Okay, there you go. Let's take a breath in. Big breath out. Reverse warrior. Drop your left arm down. Hips down. Stay exactly the same. Reach your right arm high. Take a little side bend. Little to no weight in your backhand. If you want to take a half bind, you could bring your left hand to your lower back towards the top of your right hip. Otherwise, just stretch back. Take a big breath in. A little deeper on your breath out. Then come back to warrior two. Pinwheel your hands all the way down to a lunge. Step back, high plank. Right foot next to your left. Take a breath in. And exhale, downward, facing down. That was our right side. Let's take a full inhale. Big exhale. And we'll explore the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. We'll pause. Let's roll your left hip up. Keep breathing. Bend your knee. Look underneath your right armpit. And again, you can wiggle, move your foot all around. Then straighten your left leg. That's point and flex and point and flex. And that contracts a muscle called your soleus. It's a deep muscle in your calf. And it is responsible, well, they call it the second heart. It's that one that helps send deoxygenated blood back to your heart a little quicker. So let's look forward, take a breath in. Exhale, lunge. Left foot up between your hands. Let's roll your right heel down and, oh no, I'm not facing you anymore. Rise back up to a warrior two. Whatever movement you took on the other side. Let's take on this side. I can't, I have to face you. There you go. You can keep your arms parallel to the ground, look towards your left middle finger. Draw your shoulders down. Take your breath. And get settled into your lunge. I often get asked, where should your hips be in this pose? To the side, forward. And the answer is, imagine that you can roll into the outer edges of both of your feet, that your knees want to open up. That's kind of where we're going for here, is that lateral rotation, the head of your femur, in your hip sockets. But that looks different for all of us. So the idea that you're rolling out is a really good place to explore in warrior two. Let's inhale, reach forward. And exhale, triangle. So lower your left arm down, reach your right arm high, and look up. Take whatever version you did on the other side, or you're not symmetrical, so if you feel like you want to explore something different on this side, go ahead. Take 2 breaths. Then rise back to warrior two. Reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high. Again, from your hips down, it's exactly the same. It's a side bend, not a back bend. Keep that left knee bent. Reach up and back. Option for a half bind. Again, that's just when you bring your hand all the way over to the other side of your hip. Take 2 big breaths. Then come back to warrior two. Pinwheel your hands all the way down for a lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, hinge forward to high plank.
If you like high to low plank, push-ups, or chaturanga, dandasana, you're welcome to explore that. Otherwise, we'll keep breathing and lower all the way down to your belly. I'm gonna get a little water. If you want some water, now's a good time to have more. All right, my friends, when you are ready, if you're already there, hang it on your belly. So all the way down, we'll start with Cobra Pose or Bhujangasana. So make sure your face is on your mat, unless you want your face on the ground. Untuck your toes, press your feet together and down, engage your glutes. Little to no weight in your hands, inhale, lift your chest. And keep breathing. Let's focus on squeezing your shoulders together and down, your elbows together and down. Press your feet down, lift up through your chest. Take your breath in and out. Then slowly lower down. Look to your right, release your hands down. Some people like to bend their knees, and once you wipe your legs back and forth, you're welcome to. Full locust pose. We're going to take a little version of a bind instead. Bring your hands back. If they interlace, interlace them. If they don't, don't. Let's start with your feet together. Invite your chin to your mat. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your arms. Exhale, lift your legs. You can work on keeping your feet together or let them separate. Lift up through your chest. Let each breath in bring you up a little higher. And see how high you can go. Take 2 more breaths. Then lower down, and you can look over to your left so your neck feels balanced. And close your eyes. Give yourself 2 breaths. Then bring your chin to center, plant your hands. Press up to tabletop pose once more. This time let's come up onto your knees. If you want to roll your mat, you most definitely can. Separate your knees about hip width distance apart. Let's tuck your toes. Draw your tailbone down. Camel pose or Ustrasana. Invite your hands to your lower back. Squeeze your elbows together and down your back. Puff up your chest. Let's look up. Just like we did in that first standing back bend, you can stay here or look up and back. If it doesn't bother your neck, you can stay there. You can see the back wall, or if you're curious, just bring one or both hands to your heels. Now we have a tendency to pop back here and to stick our butts out a lot, and that's okay, but let's try to draw your tailbone down as much as you're able to and enjoy that. It lengthens your lower back, so it's less likely for you to compress your lower back. If you're sticking out kind of like that, you're more likely to compress in it. It doesn't feel great over time, although some of us, I'm sure it would be absolutely fine. Let's lift up. Take 1 more breath. Then rise up and have a seat on your hips. You can unroll your mat. Let's bring your legs out as wide as is comfortable for you. If you would rather take this at the wall, you're welcome to take in legs up the wall instead. It's upright wide angle pose. Just a kind of like standing separate leg stretching, or Dande Madhavi Bhakta Pada Paschimottanasana, but down on the ground. But this time we'll focus a little bit more on our hamstrings. So let's walk your hands forward. Maybe you're in legs up the wall, just hang out there. Separate your feet. If you're in a seat, let's find that moment where you meet resistance, where some part of your hamstrings or the backs of your legs starts to feel a little bit tight, like you can't go down any farther. If you have pain in your back, bend your knees a little bit. That would help. Or bring your feet a little closer together and then explore that. Once you've found that resistance, your kind of first blocking or stopping point, let's take a breath in and back off just a little, like an inch or 2 or 3. Then exhale, come down to that same spot again. If it feels good, you can sway left and right. Let's do that again. Inhale, back off a bit. And exhale, come down forward. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, back off, lift up. And exhale, come forward. Then we'll just hang out there. And it's okay if you're away up here, or here, or here. If your belly's all the way down, option to hold on to your feet, to pull your chest forward and down even more. Make it more of a back stretch by reaching forward. Otherwise, let's close your eyes. And we're here for about 30 seconds. You could count maybe 4 breaths in and out. Slowly press yourself back up to a seat. Good. Let's bring your legs together in front of you. If you want to turn sideways on your mat, you can. Seated separate leg stretching. Let's bend your right knee. Bring your right foot to your inner left thigh. Let's work to press your right knee down into the ground. Bend your left knee a little bit or a lot. Let's reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers. We call that a basket grip. And give yourself a little wiggle left and right. You can rotate. Okay, let's look towards your extended leg. Inhale, lift up your chest. And exhale, round forward. Bring your chin towards your chest, your forehead towards your knee, and reach forward to hold on to the ball of your foot. If that's not accessible in your range of motion, that's okay. You can always lower down. Our goal here is to round your back and bring your chin to your chest, your forehead towards your knee. So you bend your knee as much as you need to bring that up closer. And if your forehead and knee don't touch, remember intention is more important. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter if anything touches or doesn't touch. It's that intention, that action that we're going for. So let go of how close your forehead and your knee are together. Just focus on closing your eyes, taking little breaths, and letting your head get heavy. Then release your hands, press yourself up, and switch your legs. Good. Actively press your left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Find that basket grip again. Pivot over your extended leg and round forward. And again, you bend your knee as much as you need to bring your forehead and your knee closer towards each other. If you're working on alignment, notice one shoulder might be up. Let's work to bring both shoulders parallel towards that extended leg. And you can also focus on pressing down through your knee or through the outside of your leg to work on lowering your knee down. That strengthens your lateral rotators, of your hips. If your forehead is to your knee, your shoulders are parallel to your leg, your knee is touching the ground, option to pull back on the ball of your foot so your left heel, or your right heel, lifts up off of the mat. Let's take 2 breaths. Then press yourself up. You can extend your legs forward. Paschimottanasana, or seated forward fold. Let's bend your knees. Take your peace sign fingers and capture your big toes. Let's lift your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, use the strength of your arms to pull your chest forward and down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up through your chest. Exhale, pull your chest forward and down. Imagine you can squeeze your elbows down and towards the back of the room. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift up your chest. And exhale, pull your chest forward and down. You can stay here, press your heels forward, reach your tailbone back, or you could release and round forward. They're both great. I would pick one. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. You can close your eyes. Take 2 more breaths. Then press yourself up to a seat. Okay. Let's bend your right knee. Bring your right foot outside your left knee for seated half Lord of the Fishes, or just bring one in front of the other. So invite your right hand to the ground behind you, little to no weight in it. Invite your left arm up. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbow can come to the outside of your knee or just hold on to your knee. Take your inhale. Exhale. Then twist and look over your right shoulder. Each breath in, you can back off a little bit. Each breath out, twist a little deeper. One more breath. And release. Switch your legs. So left leg can come up. Bend your left knee, bring your foot outside your right knee. And you can bend your right knee if you want to. Some people really love that. Up to you. Invite your left arm behind you. Inhale your right arm high. Exhale, left elbow or hand outside your left knee. And take a breath in and out. And then twist. And that exhale before you twist is important because it compresses a muscle called your transverse abdominis. And that compresses the contents of your abdomen, but it helps to stabilize your spine. So it's just really good for any twists or really anything where you're on one leg as well. To exhale, pull everything in and keep your belly in while you do those actions. Take one more breath. Twist a little deeper. And release. Release both legs forward. Let's add in a little fish pose. If you want to take unsupported fish, go ahead, do your thing. Otherwise, for supported fish, plant your hands behind you and let's lower down to your elbows. You could bring your elbows far back or a little closer to you, up to you. So relax your feet, puff up your chest. Lift your chest up. You can stay here or relax your head back. Not everybody's neck's like that. So let's focus on lifting up through your chest. It's a nice stretch for your pec major. If you're relaxing your head back, if you're not collapsing, you're strengthening the muscles that support your head. They're called your erector spinae group. And a little bit into your transverso spinalis group. Those are just the muscles on either side of your neck and either side of your spine that help you to stand tall. If you collapse, we're not doing that. But if you keep your neck long, you are. We do want to strengthen the back of your neck. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly lower yourself all the way down. You can scooch down a little bit. Let's bend your knees. Bring your knees close to you. And bring your hands to your belly. Let's take a big breath in. Open mouth, sigh it out. Bridge pose, or say two Sarvangasana. Press down through your heels, pull your belly in. Engage those glutes. Then lift your hips up towards the ceiling. You might use your hands to help see how high your hips can go, but let's not let that be the focus for now. Press the back of your head down, your shoulders down, heels down, and lift your chest up to meet your chin. And it's okay if it doesn't touch. It's okay if it touches too much, as long as you can breathe. Lift your hips, take a breath. Then lower your hips down. Let's bring your knees into your chest. Pull them in tight. And you can rock a little left and a little right. Then find legs up the wall. And if you have a wall nearby, you're welcome to turn sideways so that your legs are actually legitimately up the wall. But you don't have to. So with your legs in the air, some people want to hold their knees, and that's okay. If you'd rather bring your hands underneath your lower back, sometimes that feels nice as well. But again, let's flex and point and flex and point. Especially during cold and flu season. It's a really good idea to help promote movement of that blood back into your heart. You can shake it out and jiggle. I know not all of us like to jiggle, so it's up to you if you do or not, but bring that movement in. I know it's probably longer than you want to, but let's do as much as we can to move that lymph through our body. The cool thing about your lymphatic channels, so something that has a huge impact on your immunity, is that every skeletal movement compresses and moves lymph through your body. And that's everything. That's everything that you do that you're moving, especially your yoga practice and stuff that gets your heart pumping. But poses like eagle,
Poses like this help even more. So it's like your body already knows what to do. All we're doing is giving it a little extra push. Happy baby pose, Anandabalasana. Let's bend your knees. Hold on to your feet from the inside or the outside. I would say pick whatever feels better for your shoulders. Lower your tailbone down, lower the back of your neck down. You could rock your head left and right. If you want a little extra hamstring stretch, you could straighten out one or both legs. Whoop. And if you fall, come right back to the center. Oops, can't fall that way. Whatever movement you want to take, let's take it. And take one more breath. Then, yogi's choice. If there's something that you'd like to take that we haven't taken already, you're welcome to take it now. Otherwise, Shavasana. Just lie down, create space between your feet, space between your hands. You could bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. I would close your eyes. I'm not going to hang out in Shavasana with you, but I will guide you through it and give you a couple minutes on your own.
Once you've found a spot that feels comfortable, let's close your eyes and focus on the space around you. So notice what you hear and notice what you smell. Notice what you taste. Notice how your clothes feel on your body and your mat underneath you. Then take a full breath in and a full breath out. And let's turn your attention inward. Notice what kind of thoughts are going on in your head. Without assigning good or bad, whatever they are, it's okay. There's a lot going on. It's understandable, whatever you're going through. You're not alone, but let's stay focused gently on your breath. And continue to notice what thoughts are in your head. And just pause them by taking big breaths. Then let go of what your thoughts are. Let go of analyzing those. And let's turn all of your attention to your breath as it moves in through your nose, fills up your belly, moves out through your belly, out through your nose or your mouth, whatever is comfortable for you. You'll be here for a few minutes. If you want an extra long Shavasana, just pause the video. Take as long as you want. Otherwise, I'll give you a few minutes, then I'll guide you out. If you would like to extend your Shavasana, please do. Take as long as you want. If you are ready to be guided out, you can bring some movement into your fingertips and your toes. Let's Maybe rock your head left and right. You can bend your knees, bring your feet to your mat, and pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, maybe rock left and right. And take your time. Let's come up into a seat. You can sit in whatever way feels comfortable. I just want to thank you sincerely for practicing today. We miss having you here, but we're really excited that we're still all going to continue our practice in maybe unique ways, and we look forward to when we can all practice together again. Have lots of water. Yeah, have lots of water. Remember that no matter what's going on around you, we can still find and access that space of peace, of calm, of quiet. Just close your eyes, take a few breaths, and remember that you got this. Everything's going to be fine. My name is Mandy. If you have any questions, feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, I genuinely want to know, let me know. You can comment on the video, or you can follow us on Facebook. You can follow Bent Yoga. You can follow me online as well. My name is Mandy Cummins. Otherwise, I hope to see you all very soon, and have a great day. Namaste means I bow to you and you bow to me. We do it in honor of all the yogis who have come before us and all those that will come after, your ancestors and mine. So with the health of everyone in mind, let's bring your hands to heart center and sit up tall. You can close your eyes. Let's dedicate this to everyone, the health of your family, your friends, yourself, and all the people that we don't know. Bring your thumbs from your heart to just in front of the space between your eyes. Take a breath in, and then bow forward. Repeat Namaste. And gently rise. Bye.